Good morning, Cullman. Thank you for joining us on Cullman Today. I'm your host, Dustin Isom, and today is Tuesday, August 25th. Coming up on Cullman Today, Cullman civic and business leader Roy Drinkard passes away at 106. Plus, Joppa firefighters push back against allegations surrounding a string of fires under investigation. And Cullman County's unemployment rate comes in just below the statewide rate for July. All this plus Cullman County Youth Football, your 4-4, weather, and more. So now let's take a closer look at the top stories happening in Cullman today. Roy Henry Drinkard, the World War II veteran, businessman, and civic leader, whose influence helped shape modern Cullman, passed away Sunday at the age of 106. Drinkard's family confirmed his passing to the Cullman Tribune late Sunday night. Funeral arrangements have not yet been announced. Drinkard moved to Cullman in 1949 and spent the next 77 years involved in the city's business, civic, and charitable life. At the time of his passing, he was recognized as the nation's oldest living U.S. Marine. Born in Falkville in 1920, Drinkard attended St. Bernard Preparatory School before serving in the Marine Corps during World War II. After the war, he entered Cullman's automobile business, eventually opening Drinkard Chevrolet Company in 1955. He later expanded into commercial development through Drinkard Development, with projects across several states. Drinkard was also the last surviving member of the Flying 50, the group of local business and civic leaders credited with helping recruit industry to Cullman after World War II. He served nearly 30 years as chairman of the Cullman Industrial Development Board as well. His service extended to education, including donating land for Cullman County Schools facilities, helping raise money for scholarships, and serving on the Troy University Board of Trustees beginning in 2000. Among his honors, Drinkard was named Cullman's Outstanding Citizen of the Century by the Cullman Times and received the key to the city of Cullman in 2017. After spending 123 days in the hospital during his final year, he returned home before celebrating his 106th birthday, July 12th. Drinkard often said his greatest wealth came from faith, family, and relationships. Asked at age 105 what lesson he carried from a lifetime of service, he said, "Love one another as I have loved you." In Joppa, volunteer firefighters are pushing back against allegations that members of the department may have been responsible for a string of recent fires. WAFF 48 reported about 12 fires occurred within a quarter mile near County Roads 1763 and 1823 over roughly 36 hours from Saturday night into Monday. The Alabama State Fire Marshal's Office is investigating. No person has been publicly identified by authorities as responsible, and the causes remain under investigation. In a Facebook statement posted by Joppa Fire Rescue and signed only as 33, the writer called the allegations absurd and disgusting. The statement said volunteers spent about 36 hours responding to the fires and other emergencies, leaving crews exhausted, even with help from neighboring departments. WAFF reported significant property damage. Resident Lance Burgess told the station one fire destroyed his shop, tractors, farm equipment, tools, and family heirlooms, with uninsured losses he estimated at more than $100,000. A separate fatal fire on Map Morrow Road occurred during the same general time frame. WAFF reported investigators do not suspect foul play in that case and are investigating it separately. The Joppa Fire Rescue Post also claimed authorities have a person of interest in custody who is not affiliated with the department. The Tribune has not independently confirmed that claim or any connection to the fires. The State Fire Marshal's office continues to investigate. And turning to the latest employment numbers, Cullman County's unemployment rate stood at 3.3% in July, just below Alabama's statewide rate of 3.4%. The Alabama Department of Workforce said the statewide rate increased from 3.2% in June and 2.8% in July of last year, representing more than 79 unemployed Alabamians. Statewide employment declined more than 22,000 people over the year, while the civilian workforce decreased by nearly 10,000. At the same time, wage and safety employment increased by 20,400 jobs, led by gains in leisure and hospitality, private education and health services, and government. Construction and manufacturing also recorded record-high weekly wages in July. Coming up, the Cullman County Youth Football season is underway, with 12 games opening Week 1. We'll run through the scores next. Welcome back. The 2026 Cullman County Youth Football season kicked off Saturday with 12 games across the county. Hansville took to 2 of 3 at Cullman. The Bulldogs won 14-12 in Fireplug and 41-0 in Wee Wee, while Cullman won the Pee Wee game 30-0. At Vinemont, the Eagles defeated Fairview 32-14 in Fireplug. Fairview answered with a 25-0 Wee Wee win and a 12-6 victory in Pee Wee. West Point also won 2 of 3 at Addison, taking Fireplug 6-0 and Wee Wee 20-6. Addison won the Pee Wee matchup 20-0. At Good Hope, the Raiders beat Holly Pond 39-8 in Fireplug and 22-0 in Wee Wee. Holly Pond won Pee Wee 8-0. Week 2 is Saturday, August 29th. Addison visits Cullman, and Cold Springs travels to Hansville at 9 a.m. Fairview plays at West Point, and Vinemont visits Good Hope at 4 p.m. Holly Pond has a bye. Still ahead, a baby bottle fundraiser, a new event from the Willow Path, family history preserved through letters, and a Fairview Labor Day tradition. Your 4 and 4 is next. Welcome back. Now it's time to speed things up with a news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. First Source for Women in Hansville is accepting donations for its Baby Bottle Boomerang fundraiser. The nonprofit Pregnancy Resource Center provides free pregnancy tests, ultrasounds, counseling, and pregnancy education for new and expecting parents. Supporters can fill a baby bottle with cash or coins and return it to the center with proceeds supporting those services. Donations can be dropped off Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Organizers say the center also needs size 4, 5, and 6 diapers, wipes, formula, and pack and plays. First Source is located at 203 Commercial Street Northeast in Hansville. For more information, call 256-352-5683. The Willow Path is launching a new theme for its annual signature fundraiser. The Cullman nonprofit, formerly Victim Services of Cullman, will host Night in the French Quarter on Thursday, September 17th from 6 until 10 p.m. at Cotton Creek Venue. The event will feature New Orleans-inspired food, dueling pianos, signature drinks, a bourbon tasting, a character artist, magician, photo booth, and silent auction. This is the 6th year for the fundraiser and the first in the organization's new Passport series, replacing its 5-year masquerade ball format. The Willow Path provides free services to victims of domestic violence and their children, including emergency shelter, counseling, court advocacy, case management, and safety planning. Last year's event drew about 300 people and raised an estimated $50,000. Organizers are preparing for about 400 guests this year. Tickets are available through the Willow Path's website through September 10th. At the Cullman County Historical Society, Family Letters offered a window into local life surrounding World War II. Guest speaker Anita Whitlock discussed her book, Strawberry Preserves and the Smoky Mountain Roads, at the group's meeting at the North Alabama Agriplex. The retired English teacher compiled letters, songs, prayers, and stories from her grandparents, Hazel and Ed Coker. Hazel grew up around Decatur and Good Hope and married Ed in 1937. Their letters documented daily family life while Ed worked on roads in Tennessee, along with wartime rationing, farm expenses, and their efforts to save enough money to buy a farm in Good Hope. Whitlock encouraged families to write down and preserve their own histories so those stories are not lost. The Historical Society's next meeting is September 27th at 2 p.m. when Thomas Messersmith will speak about the history of Oktoberfest. And in Fairview, a longtime Labor Day tradition returns Monday, September 7th at Randallshed Community Park. The Fairview Lions Club celebration begins at 8 a.m. with a car show, followed by live music starting at 9 and a cornhole tournament at 10. The annual parade steps off at 11 a.m. with participants lining up at 10 on Butler Park Road. Area fire departments are invited to bring fire trucks, and children in the parade may throw candy along the route. The Lions Club has held the Labor Day Parade for more than 25 years, with the car show and other activities added over time. The event also includes food trucks and vendors. Randallshed Community Park is located at 649 Wesley Avenue North. For more information or to participate in the parade, contact Felicia Bailey at 256-735-8722. And that's your 4 stories in under 4 minutes. After the break, we'll remember those we've lost this week, then check a sunny Tuesday forecast and when rain chances return. Let's take a moment to remember those we've lost this week. Mattie Jewel Sams, 84 of Cullman, passed away Tuesday, August 18th. Funeral service was yesterday. Peter Marshall Honeycutt, 69 of Cullman, passed away Wednesday, August 19th. There are no services planned at this time. Woodrow Wilson Miller passed away Wednesday, August 19th. Visitation will be today from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. in the Holly Pond Funeral Home Chapel, with funeral service with military honors to follow. Burial will be at Center Point Cemetery. Wilna Leanese Smith, 83 of Cullman, passed away Friday, August 21st. Visitation will be tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Plainview Missionary Baptist Church with funeral service to follow. Burial will be at the Smith Family Cemetery. William Bill Carroll passed away Friday, August 21st. Visitation will be tomorrow from noon until 2 p.m. at Cullman Heritage Funeral Home, with funeral service to follow. Burial will be at Bethel United Methodist Cemetery. Visitation for Fred Helms, 75 of Hayden, will be Sunday, August 30th from 1 until 2 p.m. at High Rock FCM Church, with funeral service to follow. Burial will be at High Rock FCM Cemetery. Roger Edward Page, 77, passed away Wednesday, August 19th. A celebration of life memorial service will be Thursday, September 3rd at 2 p.m. on the grounds of Mount Olive at Providence Primitive Baptist Church. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their friends and families. Sunshine sticks around today, with a few rain chances returning tonight and tomorrow. Let's take a look at your forecast. Today will be sunny with a high near 90. Tonight, skies stay mostly clear with a 20% chance of showers after 1 a.m. and a low of around 68. Tomorrow brings a 30% chance of showers, with thunderstorms also possible after 10 a.m. Otherwise, it'll be mostly sunny with another high of around 90. Tomorrow night, rain and thunderstorms remain possible with a 40% chance and a low of around 70. And that wraps up today's edition of Cullman Today. Thank you for sharing your morning with us, and remember to follow us on social media and visit CullmanTribune.com for the latest from our community. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m., but until then, I'm Dustin Isom with Cullman Today. Have a great day, Cullman.